As I'm reading Chapter 6 today, I want you to remember you are to stop and tag spots in the text where you stop to think about how multiple characters were feeling about what was happening. Chapter 6 Wigloff picked at his lunch of boiled eel on a bun. Coach Plunkett was sure to give him an F in slang now. He had messed up royally and on his very first day of school. Come on, Wigloff, eat up, Angus told him. You do not want to be late for Mordred's class. Mordred, Wigloff shuddered. What would the headmaster do to a new boy who had nearly slayed the sleighing coach? With dark thoughts, Wigloff followed Angus to a stone-walled classroom. As the boy sat down on a rickety bench, a huge man in a red cloak strode through the door. Thick black hair sprouted from his head. His violet eyes bulged like overripe plums. Attention! Mordred the Marvelous called. The students leaped to their feet. Wigloff did too. At ease, Mordred commanded. The boys sat down. Let us review, the headmaster said. Why are you here at Dragon Slayer's Academy? To learn to slay evil dragons, Eric called out at once. To make the world safe for little children, to save villagers from... Yes, yes, Mordred interrupted, holding up a hand heavy with gold rings. That is all well and good. But what about yesterday's lesson? What did I say? Anyone? Baldric? A small, freckled-faced boy with runny nose stood up. We are here to learn how to get a dragon's golden hoard, sir, and bring it back to you, sir. Correct, Mordred grinned, showing a shiny gold front tooth. To bring me gold, and, he coughed, to take a teeny bit, maybe to your, he coughed again, parents. He cleared his throat. Now, who remembers how to find a cave-dwelling dragon? Again, Eric was the first to answer. Looked for burn spots on shrubs and bushes, he called, and big footprints with 3 long toes. Mordred nodded. And when you spot the dragon, what must you look out for? Beware, flames of death, Eric shouted. Beware, a dragon's poison spit. Correct, Eric. Mordred sighed and looked around. Anyone else? Beware, the eyes that never close, Eric called again. Beware, the knife-sharp teeth. Beware, the powerful lashing tail. Thank you, Eric, Mordred said. Now, what else must a dragon hunter know in order to slay such a beast? How to talk to a dragon, Eric called. How to be brave. Mordred nodded. Anything else? At last Eric was quiet, and so were all the other boys. But Wigloff had listened well to the minstrel's dragon tales. He knew there was one thing that Eric had not mentioned. Timidly, he raised his hand. Mordred's bulging eyes lit on him. Ah, the new boy, the one who scalped Coach Plungent. The headmaster chuckled. So, new boy, what else should a dragon hunter know? A dragon's secret weakness? Wigloff said meekly. That's right. Mordred's eyebrows shot up. Oh, everybody knows that, Eric complained. Let the new boy tell what he knows of dragon secrets, Eric, Mordred said. Maybe you will learn something. From him? Eric muttered. Not likely. Well, new boy, Mordred said. Pray, tell us what you know. I know very little, Wigloff began. See, Eric cut in. What did I tell you? But the headmaster ignored him. New boy, he said, know you the secret weakness of the dragon Gorzel? No, sir, Wigloff answered. His weakness is still a secret. Too true, Mordred sighed sadly, but it would be useful to know it, for Gorzel is rumored to be in the dark forest. My scout Yorick is there now. As soon as he finds Gorzel's cave, I shall send my best boys out to slay him and claim his great big golden hoard. These words were barely out of Mordred's mouth when a small man burst into the classroom. Branches and leaves were tied to his tunic as if he were trying to disguise himself as a bush. Yorick! Mordred exclaimed. Back so soon? What news from the dark forest? My lord, Yorick began, Gorzel has moved to a cave outside the town of Toenail. Toenail? Torvald shrieked. My family lives in Toenail. Sit down, Torvald, Mordred snarled. Go on, Yorick. My lord, Yorick said, the Toenailians have brought Gorzel all their gold. Now he swears to burn Toenail to the ground unless a son and a daughter of the village are outside his cave tomorrow. Tomorrow at dawn, in time for breakfast. Oh, that's nice of Gorzel, Tolbull said, cheering up. Having company for breakfast? You ninny, Mormord cried. They are to be his breakfast. The headmaster turned back to his scout. So, I shall send boys out to slay Gorzel this very afternoon. Then a look of horror crossed his face. Egot, he exclaimed. Class 2 and Class 3 just left on that blasted field trip to see the petrified dragon skeleton. That means I shall have to send Class 1 boys. Pray, send me, Eric cried, falling to his knees. Yes, yes, Mordred said. But remember, we have a buddy system here. I'll need another volunteer. He looked around the room. Anyone but Agnes. If I sent you, I'd never hear the end of it from your mother. All right, who will it be? No hands went up. Come now, Morridge coach. Gorzel is not so bad. Still, no hands went up. My patience grows thin, Morwood warned. Then his violet eyes lit upon Wiglaf. You, new boy, he boomed. You seem to know a fair bit about dragons, and I chanced to look at the register book at lunchtime. You never paid your 7 pennies. That is so, Wiglaf began, but he stopped. He had promised Frypot to say not a word about their dishwashing deal. No buts, Mormord cried. You shall go with Eric, and you shall pay your 7 pennies out of Gorzel's gold. Ah, sir, Eric cried. Pray, pick someone else. Wiglaf has not even been here a whole day. He knows nothing of slaying. You slay Gorzel, then, Mordred shouted. Let him pull the cart for the dragon's hoard. Now, be off. You must reach Gorzel's cave by dawn. What are you waiting for? Go! So take a minute and on your slide, fill in the point of view of some of the characters. You have Mordred, you have Wiglaf, you have Eric. And there's a couple other minor characters in there that you can choose from, but those were your 3 main ones to choose for the point of view.